All right, guys. This Patreon episode that we are releasing today, we talked about a lot of stuff about DeMarcus's hate for meth, and we talked about what really happened with the Marvel Multiverse RPG that I do with Neo Soul God and Jay Bez
Hmm
and all them.
hmm
If you were
Yeah,
wondering why that isn't in the show notes anymore.
yeah. Because I remember this point in time, and I was just like, hey, like you haven't mentioned go watch you play Marvel Rivals, or no, not Marvel Rivals, but the Marvel 16 something or rather tabletop board game. Um, and yeah, and then I found out why you hadn't been mentioning it, which was interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
this I think we mentioned a couple of guests we've had on the episode in this Patreon on different episodes, and I think it's a good one to listen to. You get to see a little bit of what's happening in Jared's non-pod life, off pod life.
Well, this is also last year, months ago. So
Mm.
who knows what's happening now? But if you want to hear more stories like this, and I'm gonna go real slow, because there's math coming up. If you want to hear more stories like this, you can subscribe to our Patreon, which is $3 a month, 10 cents a day, and because we always talk like this is our time to talk, and this is our time to really reconnect with my one of my best friends. Well, he can't be my best friend because I'm not in his wedding, so
Mm.
I
Well,
guess I guess we're just co-workers.
just I guess we're just friends. No best.
No, because I would be in my friend's wedding if I knew that friend for over two. You know what? We're not gonna go over it again. Listen, subscribe to the Patreon and enjoy this episode. Bye. See, you still eating. You ate a whole bowl full of noodles fresh out the oven. Now you eating some snacks, and you said that you don't like that. So is that the salmon skins?
Mm-mm. This is a cookie.
Oh wow, you're eating some. Well, can I go get my dessert?
Mm.
Cause I got a cheesecake.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, cause not trying to be fat.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
Speaking of, and then, well, this is the Patreon, by the way. I just started talking.
mhm.
Um, Speaking of, I ordered a cheesecake, and I was trying to get four flavors. It was four flavors for like $25 from the Cheesecake Factory. Well, it's like a little Cheesecake Factory ghost kitchen thing. And so the day called me. Number one, they don't have all the flavors I wanted. So
Mm.
I'm already pissed off. So I'm like, okay, just give me two of the mango, two of the dulce de leche.
Mhm.
So then I'm like, yay, the cheesecake's here. I can eat the cheesecake. I take one bite of that mango cheesecake, and I'm so happy because I love mango. You know, I love my mango sticky rice. I'm so excited to get that in my mouth. This thing is full of coconut. There's
Mm.
a whole layer of coconut, and I hate coconut, like raw coconut like that. Like, I like coconut milk. I love coconut milk. I use that in my cooking, but raw coconut, I was so mad, and I got two of those. So now I have my dulce de leche
Mhm.
cheesecake to eat, and I'm so scared to eat it because what, there's coconut in that. So,
Ain't gonna be no dulce de leche and coconut in the ain't gonna be no coconut in the dulce de leche.
well, I thought there was not gonna be none in my mango passion
But
fruit.
it's a wasn't it a mango sticky rice thing
No,
flavor?
there's coconut milk in mango sticky rice, but not in my mango cheesecake.
Mm. It was a mango fat passion fruit cheesecake that had coconut.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh my god, you weren't even listening.
I
Like,
was listening,
is that
but I
something
mean
you?
I don't like coconut either. But I think mango goes with coconut a little bit, so I think that makes a little bit more sense.
When you're look, when you are biting into a delicious cheesecake, You don't want to crunch on some nasty raw coconut. It's just that texture thing. It don't taste like nothing. It's just it like tastes. It tastes like needles, like like edible needles.
Hmm.
Like who wants that in their delicious cheesecake?
I don't think that's what it actually tastes like, but okay, okay.
Yeah,
You
you
said
ever?
today's Patreon was going to be kind of heavy, Jared. Do you have something to talk about?
Yes, I do. But first, I just want to see: is there anything that you would like to talk about on today's episode?
Nope,
There isn't.
nope.
The,
My
the
mind and heart is
Marcus.
clear.
There's nothing you want to talk about.
My mind and heart is clear.
Okay.
Feel the tea.
So, the Marcus, there is something I want to discuss with you, and first, I want to say sit down because this is going to be a conversation.
So you want me to stand up because I already am sitting down.
So no, but can you like lower your desk some because you got all this negative space. Like you're not even in
Is that
the
better?
yes, that is better. Like why is it just it was just your head like this? Can't even get like this how you look.
Except I got a neck.
I know, right? All right, so Demarcus, what I want to talk about is how can I say this?
Mhm,
How can I say this?
mhm.
Um I I don't want to come off as attacking
Mm,
anybody.
I can
Um,
preface.
uh, so I do a lot for getting prepared for this.
Hmm.
I know that when I schedule a guest, maybe on 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 I just schedule these guests. I don't really go through an approval process. I just schedule these guests.
Cool.
So I really try to make sure that the procedures for scheduling these people and that they also have a good time when they are on here.
Yeah.
And I also, try to be prepared for these episodes. Like, um, I did say that I like for the Hobbit episode.
Hmm.
Even though I still hate those movies, I'll never forget how I watched those movies. But I paced myself out. I remember I had a week to watch one movie each, and I know for today's episode, because we were gonna do that anime fashion today. I was
Hmm.
trying to be prepared because uh, I had heard that JoJo's had a lot of good anime fashion, so I wanted to
Mm.
make sure that I was looking at some of the anime
Oh, and that's why you was
fashion.
watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes, yeah. And
Mm.
then like it just got really good, so I just continued watching it, and the
Hmm.
fashions were really good.
Yeah.
And the fashions changed. They
Hmm.
changed,
Absolutely.
and I know that I asked, so I did that, and I did ask you to make sure you read. Um, they choose violence.
Right.
And last week when we were talking to Sheldon,
Uh-huh.
um, you said that you had only read the first issue.
That is correct. I had only read the first one.
So, like, was it not enough time? Did something happen? Did
I understood your request to only read the was to only read the first issue.
oh, because
Because I think the first time you mentioned it to me, you was just like, "Oh, well, read the first issue because we have Sheldon coming on or something to that effect."
I mean, I said I said there are 3 issues out,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
and I think when I made the day there were 2 issues out, and then
Uh-huh.
like the week before it was the third issue.
Yeah. So I had the 2 issues. I read one. Didn't get around to reading the other one. So I guess you're saying that I should have read it all, or was the expectation for me to have read it all?
Um, I would say that I felt bad because not only because I don't know how Sheldon felt, but I felt like I spoiled it for you,
Oh no.
kind of,
Mm-mm.
and so I felt bad, and I don't know how Sheldon felt, but I felt like we weren't that prepared because I knew that you weren't. I knew it takes you. I know it takes you some time to read things,
Mm-hmm.
but I just felt like we weren't prepared.
Hmm. I thought it went well. I
I
didn't.
thought it went well too, but I just didn't want Sheldon to think that like,
I didn't. I don't think I got that from him. I did not. I guess I did not perceive that he felt as if we were unprepared. And you said you hadn't heard anything.
mm-mm.
Um. Hmm. Maybe what we should do instead, so we're not speculating, is to send out a survey to all of our guests and say, and maybe we do it at the at the end of the year so that they can all give their feedback at once and we can't be like, oh, we just sent it to this person or we just sent it to that person and we know exactly who the feedback is coming from.
Mm.
We can just send it all out. And that way if someone is like, oh, I feel like y'all weren't really prepared for my episode, I didn't really have a good time, they can give that honest feedback without without us being able to be like, oh, okay, they don't like our show, we're not going to invite them back.
Yeah, because I don't need him to be in the little comic book creator group
Mhm.
chat. Like, don't go on.
Yeah. Why do you think that? I guess you kind of talked about it, but what in particular made you feel as if we were not prepared for his episode? Was it simply because I said I haven't read all of your stuff, or
Yeah, that
that
was it.
because I had said I had only read the first issue?
Yeah, but then I think that my over preparedness
Mm,
made up for it, kinda.
mm. I think the dynamic we had on that episode is the dynamic that I expect us to have, and it is, and I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong and correct my understanding, but I feel like that is how this podcast was sold to me.
Mm.
Like you are the back when we and this is back when we had 3 people. It was like you are the knowledge guy and the facts guy.
Oh wow.
And, I'm paraphrasing. These maybe are not the exact words you said, but you said, I have all the knowledge and facts.
Just like that.
Gary had the knowledge and facts.
Okay.
I was like the some facts, but also like color commentary, personality, the token black guy on this show, if you will, the
Mm-hmm.
entertainment. Here's Shuck
Mm-hmm.
and Jive.
um,
And Lorante was the newbie. He was the one
that would
he
ask
would
the
be the one
questions.
learning things, asking questions, being like, "Hey, what's that?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well,
So
if
yeah,
so, if that it may just be me overthinking it, but
yeah, because I feel like he had a good time. I did feel like it started out a little stiff, and I think that's happened a couple of times when we've had guests on, and I think that, and for me, in my opinion, that is that is happening because there's no like, I don't know, I guess we don't really have like a warm up like we did when we first started having guests. Like we'll have like a quick segment where we're just like, all right, well, who are you? You're coming onto our show, because we do the how's your last week,
mm-hmm.
but we don't do like the, oh, like, well, where do you live? Where are you from? because we've done that before, and I feel like we've had the episodes where we have guests and we do that. Um, it's like really, we those episodes feel really comfortable and really good.
I mean, you can do that really well because I'm gonna get into business.
Yeah,
Because
and I
those are
think
the questions that I've been thinking about since I booked that guest. So,
yeah, and I think that's what's been happening. Because I'll be like, oh, okay, we gonna do the how was your last week, and then we're gonna talk about how and then we're gonna say like we got a guest on, or we say who the guest is in the beginning. With how's your last week? Maybe we do we get to we get through the activity, and then I'm thinking, and maybe before or after the activity, we're gonna say, all right, this is your first time on the show. Tell our listeners who you are, and it's like sort of like a quick question and answer thing.
but I feel like tell our listeners who you are. I think that I do that in the introduction.
Sure, and I think the introduction is an introduction, and I don't think it can, for me at least, listening back, it doesn't connect me with the person. It's just like, oh, this is this person, and here's why they're on the podcast. I think that's what the introductions kind of sounds like to me. Like, here are their credentials. This is why they.
Mm,
It's more like a resume, a quick 10-second resume, as opposed to like, all right, like, hey, where did you grow up? How did you get into writing comics? Like, was this something that you did with your dad? It's like, oh, what kind of guy is he? And then we get to business.
yeah, because I am used, because the way I have been doing it for the past is that I do the introduction. I ask them a question about their past works,
Mm-hmm.
movie past, activity. I ask them a question about their current works. But
Mm-hmm.
I did like how when we would do um, introduction, then you would go into getting to know. I would
Mm-hmm.
ask them a mini question about their past works, movie past, blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah 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 blah. But I did like those episodes better
Mm-hmm.
because I forgot who was with, but those did seem to flow
Yeah.
better.
And it's I just think it's like these are some easy questions that are easy to answer that warms them up to answering question and warms them up to us.
Mm.
We might have some stuff in common. They'll be like, oh, like like we could have found out that Sheldon never went to a HBCU early on.
No.
And then and it's not that he should have. I had that assumption
Me too.
based on the content of his work.
Me too.
But then he was like, his mom went to HBCU, so that makes
And his
sense.
sister.
And his sister, yeah. Which one? He didn't say which one his sister went to, and I wanted to ask, but for me, I was like, we are like approaching time.
Mm. Yeah, we were.
I thought that was
Um,
there. What happened to all that bullshit you was telling me on the main on the main show about what you always say about time? Either there's a time or there's not a time.
no, because I've always said to let natural conversations happen.
Hmm.
I've always said let natural conversations happen.
Hmm. And you also say we trying to keep this to like an hour and a half.
No, I never agreed to hour and a half.
What did we agree to?
I said that we won't go over 2 hours in my
That's why,
mind.
and that's why I be trying to start wrapping it, start winding down at an hour and a half.
Well, you can look at the past few episodes. The past few episodes have been, well, besides our when we had people on, because
Hmm.
those lasted, but like anime theme songs was an hour and a half. Summer anime, which was a lot, was an hour and 40.
Hmm.
Uh, Anime music videos, that was yours, was an hour and 30.
Hmm.
Reed Richardson's Races was an hour and 30. Yeah, D&D recaps. Yeah, so usually it's an hour and 30, except for when we
After
have
edit.
Yeah, after edit, will we have guests? Then it goes into like 2 hours and 30 with Mariwa.
2:30? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That means we
Oh,
had recording for like 3 hours.
yeah. But usually we stay within that hour 30, hour 40.
Mm,
Like with the reality being Green Lantern was an hour 40.
okay.
Usually it's your episodes that are longer because my episodes are teeny tiny.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It is. I'm looking at it right
I'm not saying you're wrong. I just said okay.
now. So if you try to edit down your stuff, everybody KP Hakaj, 2 hours.
Mm.
I stay within an hour 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's you.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jared.
Um, Something else I would like to talk about with you on the Patreon. Um,
That's it for Sheldon. That's it for the Sheldon episode. Do you feel better about it?
yeah, I do feel better about it. It's
Okay.
things like that just keep me up at night.
Okay. I
Um,
I stay up at night thinking, trying to remember if I flush the toilet when I be at other folks' houses. I was just trying to relate to you because there are also things that keep me
Demarcus, you can, that's not something you can relate to me by because I always flush the toilet at other people's houses. I'm never not gonna remember that.
up. Sometimes I forget. So and it's not a problem when I forget at my house because when I go back in there, I was like, oh, forgot the
It
toilet.
is a problem at your house. It is a problem at your
It
house.
doesn't happen often. Don't yell at me. It doesn't happen
Don't
often.
you have a girlfriend?
I do. Hey, nobody's perfect.
That's disgusting, Demarcus. You're a 33-year-old man.
Oh man, I went through a stint where it did happen. Like, mm, I would say maybe like twice a month. I know it's like alarming.
Demarcus.
Mm-mm-mm. But I think it was just
Ugh.
like that was a hard time in my life. So like my
It
memory
wasn't. It
was a
wasn't.
hard time in
Were
my
you
life.
doing drugs?
Whoa, what are you talking about? I don't do drugs.
Demarcus, I just watched. Oh my God, this is what I want to talk about. But I just watched this YouTube thing about one of my. He's not my friend, but he was somebody who would always be on Tumblr, and he would
Hmm.
be, making Tumblr porn of him having sex with other people.
Oh, okay.
And he,
Did Tumblr put the Nike back on there? The Nike stuff?
no, this was like, because I was following him years and years and years ago.
Yeah. Well, I just remember like there was a time where Tumblr was like, "Oh, we're taking down all the nude
I
shit," and
know,
everybody left, and then it was
I
like, "Oh,
know,
we're bringing it back," and then
but
everybody
it
was like, "Wait,
wasn't.
we going."
It was the same when they brought it back.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so he was making Tumblr porn, so I was his friend from then, but I have followed him from Tumblr to Twitter to Snapchat to now YouTube.
Huh.
And
He's making porn on YouTube now.
no, no, no. He had a documentary. Well, I call it a documentary. It's like little videos on YouTube where he was describing his meth addiction.
Mm.
And he was like, "Yeah, that whole time I was addicted to meth, and people were in my house, and I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep." I was like, "So, you couldn't eat?" That's all I could think about, because I already can't sleep, but you
Mm.
couldn't eat too. 'Cause that's all I want to do at
Mm.
3 o'clock in the morning is get me a cool little snack. But you couldn't eat, and you were being productive, and
Hey, them drugs be like that, man. They keep you up. Shit. They be sharp. They make it sharp. As long as that high's kicked in. As soon as your ass start to come down, can't even pee straight.
yeah, that's what I want to come down. Cause like he said that he like suffered like 3 days. I want to do that too. Like
Like, but see that's probably after being up on meth for like a week.
he said that he would be up for like 2 days and that he would sleep for three.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you got that kind of lifestyle where you can afford that, sure. But I can't. I can't sleep for 3 days straight. I got shit to do.
I mean, unless you have a long weekend like this one. Are you doing anything for Labor Day?
I've been going to day parties.
Um, I want to talk about one of our
I'm
guests.
going to a day party today.
Oh, okay. Is that what you're wearing?
Nah,
Oh,
I don't know what
thank
I'm
God.
wearing yet.
Thank God. I want to talk about one of our guests, um, and how he's actually an awful human being. um, Jay Bez, if you remember,
Why is Jabez an awful human being?
uh, I'm about to tell you. And this isn't just coming from me. I'm saying because he wasn't awful to me, he was
Hmm.
awful to the rest of our Marvel
Mm,
19,
okay.
16, 19 parties. So
Are y'all still doing it?
no, we're not. We're not.
I
And
w-
we're
I was just gonna ask you, and I meant to ask you on the main show how is that going, but I forgot.
mm,
Damn, so y'all not doing it no more.
no. And we're not doing it because he fell off the face of the earth. So
J Bad.
yeah. So at first we were like, is he okay? Did he die? Is he in jail?
Mhm.
Because apparently he was protesting. So we're like, did he die? Is he in jail? Like, what
Mhm.
happened? Because he wasn't responding to any of our messages,
Mm.
nobody's messages, emails, or nothing. So what I did was I contacted his job. They said that he wasn't responding to them either. Like,
Why
okay.
did you contact their job?
I was concerned.
And what did you say when you contacted their job?
Have you heard from him? Yeah, I was like, have you heard from him? We haven't heard from
What
him.
does he do?
We were working on a project. So he was on the board for um, that South uh, that South LA Pride.
Mm.
So like, have you heard from him? Whatever. And she said, no, we haven't heard from him. We're concerned too, but if we hear something, we will let you know something. So we've been
Mm.
corresponding back. I would send him messages every week. So finally, she's in the message like, "Oh, I we have word that he is responding to text messages." I'm like,
Mm.
"Oh, okay." And then the next week, it was yes, we have confirmed that he does have a phone. So we will let you know. No, we will let him know that you're trying to get in touch with him. I was like, oh, okay. So of course, like every time that she sent a message like that, I would screenshot it and put it in the group that we're in, like all the
Mm.
players.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh well, thank you for letting us know.
Mm-hmm.
But we have not heard from him. That's been going on all summer. Like, because this was
Mm.
supposed to be over by now. Like, it was only
Mm.
supposed to last like 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to be over by now. So, um, so yeah, we uh finally Neo was like, okay, let's just meet and talk about it. Child, he was acting a fool the whole time behind the scenes. Like, you know, with us, I was like, he's doing a lot with this episode he's on. Remember when I
Mm-hmm.
told you that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so thankfully that was my only thing in it. With this other person who was actually his friend, um, and it was his first time doing a live play, he would like, first of all, he was like berating him. And he was like, I know, do your character like this, say it like this. And he said that like going into the character creation was horrible for him
Mm.
because like everything that he wanted, he could not have. And there
Mm.
was always a reason why.
Mm-hmm.
And he was acting weird with him because he was like, um, first his character artwork. Oh, and my character artwork, I did not like that at all. Like I said, no, I want a cape like Storm, and
Did
he has like
Jabez make
this.
all the artwork?
He, um, I guess he commissioned it or whatever. I don't know. I said I
Mm.
wanted a cape like Storm, and he had me on this scarf thing, and it looked horrible. It looked horrible. I was like, can I remove it? He was like, no, it's It's something with the contract. Anyways, so with the artwork for another part, he was like, this artwork is, you know, made by somebody else, and I didn't want the artwork for his character to have his shirt off.
Mm,
And Jay Best made his, you know, the artwork for that character have his shirt off. It's
mm,
like, okay. So then he was like saying in the background, like, since the artwork has your character with his shirt off, do you want to have your character with his shirt off too? Like on the live stream. Like what? Like
who was he
you
saying
sick
that to?
one of the other
Oh, one of the
actors.
other people. Okay.
Like, excuse me? Like that's crazy. Don't say that to nobody. Cause that's weird. And and so he was saying that, and then so we had our first episode. It was amazing. Our first
Hmm.
episode was amazing with all of us, and one of the characters, you know, if you remember, I told you that he actually did this amazing thing where he talked to the narrator,
Hmm.
like Deadpool or She-Hulk or something like that. I was like,
Hmm.
that's quintessential Marvel. So
Hmm.
then apparently after that, he said that Jabez called him and was like, yeah, don't do that. I think viewers would like it better if you done it. I was like, no, that was the smartest thing. That
Yeah.
and like he was a new person. So he did
Yeah.
not know. He didn't
Yeah.
know. And I think he did that he didn't even know you couldn't talk to the narrator like that.
Hmm.
So it was really weird that like you would go that in depth with somebody, said just letting them grow their character when that was an essential Marvel thing. And like we said at the end of that stream, that is Marvel. And why did I think of that? Because I would have thought about that
Hmm.
if I had known. So there was that, and then poor Neil, because Neil had this whole idea before the idea where he had this whole he built up this whole universe. It sounded so great where like black people ruled, they black people had powers, and
Hmm.
black people were, you know, there was a black sorcerer supreme, there was a Wakanda wasn't the if all be all to black stuff in that world. So he was describing his world to us, and it was like, oh no, oh no, we can't have that. Like, why? This sounds amazing.
Right.
So Neo defended it. I defended. I don't think I defended it enough.
Hmm.
And 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 they was like, okay. And he was getting visibly upset. I was like, okay, well, we'll talk about it later. So the next meeting, he said, okay, we can't do that anymore. Apparently, between that time, they had meetings where he went into the contract and pulled out the contract. And he said that Neo was being unprofessional,
Hmm.
and that um, this whole thing with the Marvel thing was very professional because he was trying to sell it, and it was just a mess. I was like, how are you being unprofessional when you built this whole world, and there are different worlds in Marvel?
Hmm.
And I just read a book called Bishop's thing with the X-Men where there were a black um, X-Men where only
Hmm.
mutants could have this power, and
Hmm.
you're telling me that what he came up with wasn't professional? That's
Hmm.
Marvel too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that he was doing weird, and we did have this trans person on our show, and um, a lot of stuff was like he was picking on the trans person, and it was just very weird. So we don't we don't deal with him anymore, and we're not
Mm.
doing that. And we just had a meeting to do Daggerheart, which I'm
Hmm.
very excited for. And Neil said that he wanted us to do Daggerheart because we're such a good group to work with
Mm.
without Jabez,
Oh,
and
oh, oh, the same group. Okay, yeah.
mhm, and and he wanted us to like have something. So yeah,
Nice.
but yeah, that was an issue. But yeah, and like he was calling Neo on Mother's Day, getting him upset on Mother's Day with these emails, and he be deleting emails in the Discord because that's where we usually talk to. And Neo was like, "Okay, you can only talk to me through email." It's just a
Mm.
lot of extra stuff that I didn't know was going on until we talked the other last week. So yeah,
That's crazy. That
that
is
is crazy.
nuts. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that is crazy. So that's
I'm
what's
thinking everything is hunky dory over there, and I'm feeling bad because I'm not because I'm still trying to get through episode one because I'm and I'm like, damn, like, I'm gonna be like 10 episodes behind.
Mm-mm.
And
It's just too.
y'all ain't when the last time y'all recorded an episode?
It was like March.
Shut up! It's September.
No, it wasn't March. It was like April. And then the other thing, because um,
Y'all haven't
I
recorded. It was supposed to take 8 weeks, and y'all haven't recorded in like 3 or 4 months.
right, right.
Y'all was supposed to have been done. And you
Yeah,
said
we were
all
supposed to have
this,
been
but
done.
it's all clicking to me now.
And and yeah, I wasn't paying because at the time I didn't have a job. So this is before Gehi and Associates. I didn't have a job then, and I was like, okay, I can't pay. He was like, okay, I'll just.
What were y'all paying for?
So that's another thing. So Neo didn't know that we were paying either. Uh, uh, and because he was like, this is on my Twitch feed, and my Twitch feed is monetized, so I'm getting money from that. And then I wasn't paying, and the other boy wasn't paying. So then it was just the two girls that were paying. I was like, okay, yeah. So it was a
What were
lot
they
of.
paying for?
They were paying for the opportunity to
Shut the front door.
to be in his thing that was being sold to Marvel. And then I wasn't going to pay for that, even though I did have a job. I was going to pay for that.
I'm not paying you for a possibility.
Yeah, I'm not paying you for the possibility to be in a Marvel thing when Marvel has money.
And then if
I
you steal the show, then what? Like I get some of that, I get my money back, or I get paid then. Like what?
right,
Because
right,
if you're moving like this now and making me pay for the opportunity, I feel like if you were to sell this show, you would keep all the money.
right. So, yeah, that was that. Um, and that's why we aren't doing what you call it anymore.
Damn, Marvel 1619.
Yep, that's why we aren't doing. What was I looking for on here?
Mm.
Oh, something
How you
for.
feeling? How you feel about it, Jared? How you feel about that?
Um, at first,
Attention, y'all should not be letting this man be in y'all line doing whatever
hold
y'all
on,
doing.
before I knew what was going on, I was upset.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I know everything that's going on, I'm not mad anymore.
Hmm. Because you know everybody was getting fucked over. It's not just you.
Yeah.
Oh, you
It,
say.
it did it did like, we're saying all these stories and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
like it's like, he was doing something to me, he was doing something to Neo, he's doing something to the other person, he's doing something to the other person, and it's like, okay, so you're basically behind the scenes acting crazy with everybody, um and like nobody was saying anything because we're all trying to, make sure that we can have a good show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Uh, but yeah, that's what's going on. So I'm gonna have to take that out of the header. I think I did for Neo's show moving
Take what
forward.
out the header?
Listen to me on Marvel 1619.
Oh, I mean, as long as those episodes are still up somewhere, you can still like direct people to those things.
I mean, it's
I
on
did
Neo.
notice.
It's on Neo's channel, but it's not continuing for. So,
Hmm.
and we're gonna
I
do
did
Daggerheart.
I did notice that you had stopped saying it. Now that you mentioned this and I'm thinking back, I'm like, oh, you haven't said that in
Yeah,
a few quite a few episodes.
yeah. So, have you looked at Daggerheart?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do I'm trying to do a campaign at my job, like a few sessions of Daggerheart.
So, who would be the DM?
Me.
Oh, oh. So you read the book,
I mean, I'm going to like I've skimmed it now, but I'm going to like before we start the campaign, I will have acquired as much information as I can.
and
Like I'm
you
gonna probably download some of them, like some of that free stuff from the thing.
and you got people that'll do it with you.
Yeah, we got a whole role playing group, and we'll pretty much role play any game. Like we did Avatar, we've done Pathfinder, we've done D&D. I'm sure I could get them to do Marvel 1619. Like, and it's a bunch of people in the group, and everybody doesn't play at every table. So like when we did Dungeons and Dragons, some folks was like, I've done that campaign in and Dragons a lot, so I'm not gonna do this one. And then when we did Pathfinder, uh, some folks jumped in and was like, "Oh, I love Pathfinder. I'll play that." And then when we did Avatar, we actually got some folks that's not in the RPG group to like be like, "Ooh, like I could play this." And then but you know, they dropped out. They because it was like, "Oh, this is like every other week and it's 3 hours." It's like y'all ain't really about no games for real.
Mm-hmm. So how was Pathfinder?
It's cool. I was playing as Summoner. I remember talking about it a lot while I was doing it, but
He's talked about it twice.
that's a lot. Because I think we only did like two sessions,
Oh,
um, two or three. I mean, they did. It was probably like four, maybe five sessions in all. Could have been six, but I missed like a bunch of them because I was on vacation. I went on a couple of vacations. But yeah, like it was fun to play. I think like there were a lot of things that were like different and for D&D, but I feel like if I got to play it a little bit more, I would get the hang of it. It felt like it was a little bit more complicated in D&D to me. Like there are so many more options and so much more customizability in Pathfinder. Like you can really it's you can more do what you want and be what you want in Pathfinder.
hmm.
And there are so many minute options to like stretch you out into like this niche character that no one else is ever going to build anything close to. Yeah.
All right. Well, this was fun.
Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta go to
Oh
this
yeah, you're
party.
about to go to a party.
Well, Jared, it's been real.
Yes, it has been real. And it has been fun. So
Yeah. I will see
be
you.
safe and yeah,
We're doing Wonderful Women next time, right?
we're doing anime fashion.
No, put that one at the bottom. 'Cause I was trying to come up with like an angle for that episode, and I don't really remember what I was thinking when I put it down. So
You
put that
gotta
one
write this.
put that one in the backlog. And
You gotta write this down, homie.
when I got something for it, I'll let you know.
All right, you gotta write this stuff down.
I
What you
mean,
got?
I will start now. I will start, but yeah, I did not have it this time.
All right. All right. So I'll see you next time.
All right, see you later, brother.
Bye.